Welcome back to the Night Shift Podcast. I am your host, Brian Markley, at BryDallasSign on Twitter. And the only other person on this episode is the boy, Bailey Gary.
What's going on, everybody? You can find me on Twitter at BGary24, capital B, capital G.
You almost fucked it up.
I almost fucked it up. I was like, hold on, how do I usually say it? Because, we missed a week.
Yeah,
so
it was a little weird. It was a little weird.
Yeah.
Let's address that. This is episode, 20?
19. Last week was It's 19 and 20. No, I think last week was supposed to be 19, and then this was going to be the episode with Matt, which would be 20, technically.
We'll find out here. I'm going to just find us on YouTube. Speaking of finding us on YouTube, we are the Night Shift Podcast. Well, 2/3 of the Night Shift Podcast. Jordan's busy with life, so he couldn't be here today. So
You just switch my profile.
it's just difficult. Okay, so it is 19 because we talked about this Village.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay. So that doesn't really matter, but for our sakes, we're gonna have to know.
Yeah.
So it's episode 19. We missed last week. You could probably hear my voice still. I was not feeling the best, fighting a little bit of a cold. Feeling much better now. I just don't sound like it, but I am. I promise. We just didn't want to. I didn't want to get anybody sick, because it was not an enjoyable time for like a day. But well, let's just get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Night Shift Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, what am I missing? Google Podcasts, and pretty much the normal places, except SoundCloud. Fuck SoundCloud.
Real quick, I do want to say something. For people that are watching this, I may have noticed, if you have notifications on, which you should, hit that bell, turn notifications on for when we upload. But
it's usually every Monday.
Yeah, well Tuesday technically. But that, speaking good, because that's what I want to say. I've been editing them recently, so I've just been editing them and then uploading them the same night. Typically, it takes a while to process and whatnot. But we're doing this episode earlier than usual, just because it's just me and him, and since we already have off on Mondays usually. This episode, I'm hopefully hoping that it will be up before. Let's shoot for 10.
And even if we can either do that, or if we want to, we should probably decide on a time. Because when you go to upload on YouTube, you can schedule a time. So if you want to schedule, you can always upload it technically, but have it scheduled for, let's just say tomorrow at noon, and then it'll just go up.
Yeah.
So maybe we should start doing that.
Maybe we should do that.
But I mean, since we missed a week, we should probably just upload it as soon as possible. I think it's only fair to our very big fan base to get more Night Shift podcast content on your head top.
Well, hey, I didn't tell you, but one of my friends did text me, shout out Colin. He was like, no episode this week? And I was like, nah, I told him what happened. I was like, next episode will be longer, so. Yeah,
we have a lot to talk. Well,
2 weeks worth.
We missed, and literally those 2 weeks was a hell of a ton of music.
Yeah.
So that's good. We're going to. It's basically be our main topic. We might hit on some sports stuff a little bit.
I was gonna say, do you want to the first part doing a quick fire?
Yeah, we'll
NBA and then MLB thoughts.
We'll do what we're listening to, and then we'll just go into that, and then we'll go right into the music. I'll start with what I'm listening to. It's very simple. It's Griselda. I was talking to you about it. I'm super happy with how my music taste has evolved just this year. I've been listening to a lot more. Not that it is more mature rap, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that Conway album's fantastic. It's one of my main ones. We'll talk about the new Westside Gunn album. We get Benny this week. We can talk about that single too that he released. I don't know if you listened to it.
Oh yeah, the one with Big Sean and Wayne.
Yeah. So Benny. So we'll talk about Benny's album next week for sure. Maybe we'll try to get Jordan to listen to it. I think if anybody, Benny's going to be the one member he'll like.
I was thinking Westside.
Nah, I think Westside's too different for him.
Really?
You'd think
Westside would be the one.
What else have we been doing? We got FIFA. So we've been playing FIFA. Billy and I are probably going to play it later tonight, too, after
If you want to do co-op seasons, I'm down to do it tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
If not,
my plan is, after we record, I think I'm going to go home and take a nap.
Okay.
And then I want to play.
I'll be up.
If you want to try co-op foot, too,
that's what I meant to say. That's the co-op seasons?
Yeah, I want to see, I want to see how we both benefit from that. Do we both get coins?
I would assume. Yeah, I'd assume, yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know if it goes to our record. It might.
Well, regardless, it'll be fun to play together.
Yeah.
We've been playing pro clubs and shit on there, so that's fun. Like Bailey mentioned, we were supposed to have Matt was supposed to come home. Our good friend Matt, he was supposed to come home, but he has to quarantine for 14 days. So kind of a bummer. Kind of
he
threw a
couldn't
fork
make
in our
it.
plans, so instead we just did nothing.
If he comes home for Christmas or Thanksgiving, we'll try to figure out a schedule.
Yeah, well, Christmas will be a little. We can figure something out.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get on because
I'll be done with school.
Yeah, he lives. Oh yeah, you will be, won't you?
Yeah.
He lives relatively nearby where his actual where he grew up is relatively.
His
close.
parents' house is literally over there.
Yeah, it's like right next.
It's
to
behind
my
Bailey's house.
So it should be relatively easy to get him on. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Maybe Andy again when he comes home.
Yeah,
on break
I'd
or
like to
whatever.
get him on.
I don't
think who.
Who else we could guest?
Yeah, I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about we were playing like pro clubs and whatnot. Matt and I have started playing Borderlands 2 again.
Yeah.
Just like the last 2 nights, and that's been fun. We've been playing the Cold War beta, which is a blast. I can't wait for that game. I think we're all having fun with it. It feels it's the first Call of Duty I've been very excited about in a while, so that's cool. Other than that, I haven't been doing too much. I've been busy with like the snapper and all that shit, but nobody cares about that. But if you do, go on Google and put in the Snapper Millersville. That's my school's publication, and I'm the sports editor. So go check it out if you want to see the other side of my creative abilities.
Yeah.
My prominent craft.
Yeah.
That's
another
where
thought.
my
We
bread's
still
butter.
need to do an episode with the Basement Boys.
Oh yes, that was potentially going to happen this weekend too.
Oh, okay.
We were going to potentially have Matt and do the drunk crossover episode with them,
shit.
which would have been a killer episode.
Yeah.
Basement Boys is my roommate's podcast. Go check them out too. They always have a whole bunch of shenanigans to talk about. But we want to do a crossover episode with them too, which is going to be funny because Caleb listens to a little bit of hip hop, but like they're much different than we are music taste wise. So it'd be a funny episode.
It would.
They're funny. They're good people. How about you? What have you been up to?
Same old. But listening wise, I'm throwing it back a little bit old school wise with my music taste, as in old school hip hop. So like early Eminem, 50 Cent, Exhibit, DMX, Wu-Tang, those kind of artists. Watching sports, which we will talk about. I don't know if you can see it on the camera.
I think you can.
But we have the Astros Rays game going on right now, so fuck the Astros.
Yeah, go Rays.
And Rays up. Andy, if you're listening, welcome to the couch. Essentially,
Yeah.
you join the rest of us here.
There's an open spot right here.
Yep, this is for getting knocked out of the playoffs by a team with a budget a lot less than you. So I mean that's always funny to see.
That's good for the game.
Yeah. If you
All
don't,
jokes aside.
yeah, I hate the Yankees, so that's why I like to.
Well, if you don't understand, if you don't follow baseball very closely, the Rays have a
Right.
very relatively low payroll compared to other teams, and they're very good.
It's pretty much like a Moneyball thought. It's not Moneyball exactly, but it's the thought process.
It's
of
get
how,
the assets and flip them for more assets, and they just pan out perfectly. And
Yeah.
they have pretty good player development too, like their bullpen.
Oh,
and
for
shit,
sure.
So
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, they've got hurt a little bit, and I mean, they're pitching their strong suit, and they still have.
well, even Glasnow and Cole, or not Cole, Glasnow and
Snell.
Snell. Thank you. I think they're the pitching, like the pitching coaches and whatnot. They're good too.
Isn't it Matty Cash?
Yeah, I think so.
He's so good at being.
I also just
manager.
think the Pirates are bad at.
Doing baseball.
Yeah, because you look at Garrett Cole and they weren't nearly
Glasnow and Meadows.
They were really good, but they weren't nearly as dominant until they left, which is kind of
Who else?
sad.
I mean, there's a long list of people who the Pirates have just screwed themselves over
Meadows.
with. Yeah, I said that.
Those are the three like recent ones.
Yeah.
And then they traded for
Chris Archer, which is an
Excuse
L.
me. Yeah, that's pretty.
It's
bad.
like that kid said, "You're the guy who goes up all the home runs." He just
Right.
kind of laughed.
Right.
It was kind of like the Arthur meme.
Yeah, he clenches the fist.
Real quick.
Or it's like that meme with the guy who's crying behind the mask.
Oh yeah. We didn't want to get too off task, but did you ever see the full clip of when Arthur's clenching his fist?
Yeah.
Punches his
Yeah,
sister.
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
that. I
that's
saw that on
wild.
Twitter the other
That's
week.
wild.
Anyway.
That's how I know it.
Yeah. Okay. So back to what I've been doing essentially. So music wise, that's what I've been kind of into right now. Some old school stuff. The music that we've been listening, that we'll talk about in this episode. Anime wise, I've taken a break again on Bleach. I've been hooked on this show called Golden Kamui or Kamui. I don't know exactly how you say it. It's a Kamui.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty good. It's a little different in some of the things. I mean, that's just how anime can be sometimes. New show that also came out is Jujutsu Kaisen, which seems pretty good. It has a Mob Psycho feel to me. If you ever watch Mob Psycho, which just shows you might potentially like.
That just sounds cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool show. The art style seems very similar, and I looked it up. It's not by the same studio, which surprised me. I'm pretty sure Studio Bones is the one who made Mob Psycho.
Bones.
We don't have the ghost here today for the skeleton.
Yeah, right.
And the new
That's what we should do. We should just learn how to Photoshop and
just put Jordan there.
Put a skeleton there.
Oh yeah, for when he's not here. That would be funny.
And also because it's spooky season.
Yeah, it's spooky season.
Fuck spooky season. Fuck Halloween, and if you're mad, you're mad. Oh well.
Yeah, he doesn't like Halloween. I don't know why. Why don't you like Halloween?
Okay, so when I went trick or treating as a kid, I got scarred because some dude. I got my candy and I dipped. I don't like scary shit. So that's probably half the reason.
Probably.
And I was dipping, and some dude came up behind me in a costume and scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, okay.
And ever since then, it was fuck Halloween.
Really? When I was,
I'll gladly hand the candy out.
Okay.
But I don't fuck with.
When I was younger, I'm too little to remember this, but my cousin JD dressed up as a scarecrow, and he was weighing in the leaves. So as people would walk by, he would just scare the shit out of him. Yeah. And apparently he got me real bad, and I freaked out. And he even took off the scarecrow mask and everything. I was still freaking out, but I don't remember that, so I don't have any ill will towards Halloween. And then the last thought here. This is going to sound really weird because of the title of the show, but season 3 came out of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? And that's, I guess it's a guilty pleasure, so just because it is literally the stupidest shit ever. It's one of those kind of, which have been not way too popular, but super popular in recent years, with kid gets teleported to a world that's like an MMORPG essentially, and it's stupid, but it's also kind of mindless fun. So it's been pretty good so far. It's only 2 episodes because the fall season of anime just started. But besides that, that's it. Looking forward to The Mandalorian.
That's soon.
30th.
That's soon. All right, so let's go through sports real quick. Los Angeles Lakers, NBA champions. I don't think that's too surprising.
My prediction was actually right, though.
Mine was close. I think I said Lakers in 5.
Did you?
I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was 6. But
I said if the Heat win it, it's going to be in 7, and if the Lakers win it, it's going to be in 6.
Well, see, we weren't anticipating early injuries for the Heat. And, Game 6 was brutal. I mean, we were watching it.
Jimmy only missed, they said it last night, 3 minutes of the whole series.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You can't put that stress on your body and just expect to continue to do that, even with world-class athletes like those. I mean, hats off to Jimmy, though. I mean, he gave it his all.
Team. I mean, Tyler Herro actually played like a 20-year-old last night, too.
Yeah,
Kenny tweeted that out.
It's going to happen. And that's why, if you're a Heat fan, you're still over the moon with how this season went.
I mean, I think they'll need to add a piece. I don't know if Giannis is that piece, because I know everybody's talking about Giannis, where he'll go. I think he might stay with the Bucks because he does seem to kind of have that loyalty in him.
I don't think the Heat. I don't think Giannis is the right fit. It's the same thing with the Raptors. I always joke about Giannis is going to be a Raptor, but it's the same situation with the Heat. The floor spacing is just kind of fucked if you do that.
So that's
not how the modern NBA
really
works.
What I think the Heat need. This is because they have a small forward / shooting guard in Jimmy Butler, and you already have your big man and Bam. So what you really need is probably a guard.
Kyle Lowry fit perfect on that team. I'm not saying he's the championship piece they need.
Yeah, Dragic is good, but I think ultimately is what they would probably need as a point guard.
Yeah, because they got the leadership.
You got Herro at the 2.
You got a good big. A very good big. I mean, Bam's
good, yeah.
And you got young talent, young role players. And they're just going to develop more. So, I mean, there's nothing to stress about. I mean, LeBron and AD, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I know,
You see, when the thing that really killed them is the Lakers weren't missing.
No.
They were shooting ridiculous.
No, they came out the gate firing. And they also started AD at the 5, which creates better spacing.
Yeah, and the thing is...
Which is amazing. It's oh, wow. Why didn't you just now figure that out?
It's because Anthony Davis doesn't want to play center.
I know,
He's known not to.
I know, but look how much it opens the floor.
Oh, I know. It's more so...
That's why I call him a pussy.
He's being
play
selfish.
The 5.
Yeah.
If you can do it. Not many people are still going to be able to stop you.
If he plays center... He's not only probably the best center, he's the best center in the NBA. And I don't think that's a question. I think he's obviously better than Embiid, and I think even though I'm a huge Jokic guy, he's better than Jokic. And
I mean, it's not like a gap, but like a huge gap.
It's a decent sized margin.
Yeah, I mean, he's both sides of the floor is just sick. So I mean,
he's even improved his three a lot.
I was happy as a LeBron fan. I was happy that he got his fourth ring. I mean, I'm not saying you aren't happy for him.
No,
but I was happy to see that. I like LeBron a lot, so. I'm happy for him. I'm happy AD got a ring too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserves it. I know a lot of people hated how he forced his way out of New Orleans, but it is
New
what it
Orleans
is.
had how many years to build a team around him? I don't feel sad for that organization at all. They did it to themselves.
Right. I mean, and now they got Zion, and they better build around him or something, because it's gonna same shit's gonna happen to him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else we want to talk about in the series?
Not really. I mean, Finals MVP is who should have got it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think LeBron just constantly puts up numbers that are amazing, but that we just expect from LeBron, so don't make a big deal about it.
It gets to it at that point.
I mean, which is kind of amazing. And I want to make a point, because Baylor and I were talking about it. We talk about the GOAT, and it's like, we said, everybody else compares MJ and LeBron all the time, right? And we both agree it's just 1A, 1B. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, I'll always say Jordan, but that's because I'm a North Carolina fan and I'm a Bulls fan. And because it's what I personally
But it's more so think, appreciate...
at this point,
the greatness
of
both of them.
Because you...
Appreciate what Jordan did and appreciate what LeBron is still doing. That's all it is. I mean...
Yeah. Because I know people want to tout Zion as the next guy, but, I'm not completely sold on Zion being the next guy. I don't know who it's going to be.
We'll see a full season. I want to see a full season of him, too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, everybody touted him as kind of a LeBron-like, and he doesn't have the playmaking, the shooting that LeBron does.
He's fast, but he's not as, it's going to sound weird. When I say he's not as athletic, the way he moves with the ball is not the same. LeBron plays like a guard, Zion does.
Right, LeBron can play all five positions. Zion can't play point guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he could, but you know what I mean.
He doesn't have the
ability, championship level.
Yeah, the ball handle like that.
Yeah, I'm already ready for next season.
Yeah.
It's going to look really weird.
Yeah, rumored free agency starts December 1st.
It's just AD, right? Oh, and is Giannis this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Giannis is a free agent.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I don't know.
I don't think anything exciting is going to happen. You think AD resigns with the Lakers? I think he definitely does.
After winning a chip, I mean, why wouldn't
they're going to run it
Where
back.
else is he going to go to?
They're going to run
the
it
Warriors.
Back.
Don't do that.
I could see Giannis going to the Warriors. That's like a perfect fit.
It is, but I don't know. I don't think Giannis is that much of a bitch. I don't
know. His brother got a ring before him.
That doesn't change anything.
I know, but yeah, he's going to stay. Nothing exciting is going to happen. It's going to be like the little moves made by a team crazy like the Heat. Yeah, probably. I'm usually wrong. 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong. And the one time I'm right, it's like something stupid. Like, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You as a Bulls fan, are you a little more optimistic about the coming season, I guess?
Oh, for sure. Now that fucking Eggman's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. And we got the 4th pick. Don't forget that.
That's true.
So, I'm excited to see what Billy Donovan does.
I forgot they hired him. I forgot they hired him.
I'm not a huge Billy Donovan guy. I'll say that first. With what was on the market.
Chris Paul. What if the Heat got Chris Paul?
Oh yeah, that would be perfect for them. Yeah, I feel like that would work.
I knew that was his name.
I know Chris Paul's kind of a dick. But I kind of feel like
him and Jimmy could play well together.
They would be so annoying to play against. Yes. Because Jimmy in his own right could be an ass. Uh-huh. So it'd be funny.
That's what fuels him, right?
Oh yeah, it'd be so funny seeing those two guys just annoy the hell out of opposing teams. Out of the
NBA.
And then next thing you know, Duncan Robinson's dropping 30 on you. That would be annoying. Right. I'd be very upset.
Right.
Especially with Chris Paul chirping in your ear the whole game.
Bam going double-double every night.
Yeah. I was going to say, Bulls. So I am interested to see what Billy Donovan does. What he did with the Thunder this season actually gives me way more hope about what he can do with this roster. I don't think he'll be the guy that will lead us to the finals or deep in the playoffs in the future. I feel like this is
like a bridge.
He's going to be a bridge because I don't think he's the kind of... I think he proved that because he was the coach with KD, Harden, and Westbrook. Like, he's not the one who's going to...
And Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, and Serge. So, he's not going to be the guy to win a chip or nothing like that. I mean, personally, I wanted Kenny Atkinson, but I think there's other jobs out there that might be more appealing to him, possibly the Pelicans job. But no one's got hired there, right? Mm-hmm. No.
Not as of this recording.
Yeah. So I mean, I think my team pretty good coaching decision. I can't say that for every team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping with the 4th pick, though, I hope they take the kid from Israel. I might butcher his last name, but Denny Asvita, I think is maybe how you say it. He grew up a Bulls fan.
You love those foreign players.
Yeah, and he's I'm guessing he's a Michael Jordan guy if he grew up a Bulls fan. The new fucking GM that we have, his first name's like Arthurs. I can't say his last name. He's from Lithuania, so that's why. But nicknamed AK because those are his initials. So hopefully, I'm sure AK's taking a look at him. I don't think he'll be the next Luka or anything. But I mean, when you look at the team, like the Bulls, essentially they have Wendell at the 5, they have Markkanen at the 4, they have Otto Porter Jr. at the 3, they have Levine at the 2, and your future starting point guard, I guess, is Kobe White.
Mm-hmm.
So unless LaMelo Ball falls to us, I think he's a project pick, but I think he's the pick because he is a small forward. Sorry if I got a little bit louder. I had to unlock my computer again. But I think he'd probably be the pick to play the 3 because we don't need anything else besides depth, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he does make playoffs next year.
Hopefully. I
said that this year, and obviously I was dead wrong.
Yeah, but we didn't expect Boylan to run this team into the fucking dirt.
Yeah. So
he significantly stunted Larry Markkanen's growth. So if I have any early bold predictions, it's it's Markkanen MIP. So
on my end, the Raptors are going to look very different in the coming years, and I'm okay with that. We had a championship run. We got the old guys that we needed to make that happen, the Marc Gasols of the world, the Ibakas of the world. They re-signed Nick Nurse, which is fantastic. He's best coach in the NBA. Obviously, I'm biased, but
I would tend to agree with that.
One of the best, for sure. They got to re-sign Masai. You got to get his deal done, keep him. Because if you keep him, the retooling is going to go well, in my eyes. You still have solid, Pascal's going to be fine. Everybody clowned him in the bubble. Just relax. Like, this is his first year being the first option. Just relax. Kyle's got,
he's Kyle.
He is, but who knows where he's going to be in the next year or two. If the Raptors don't do well, I can see them trading him at the deadline. He'll still be useful to a team that's going to be a contender. We won't be a contender next year, and I'm fine with that. I think Gasol is probably going to be done. There's reports of him going to play in Spain, which I don't know if it's actually true, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went back home to play in Barcelona.
You still got OG and Norm who get starting minutes. We'll see what Fred does. I hope we resign him. I hope he takes a little bit of a discount from the team who gave him a chance. So, but I understand too getting your bag, so I can't be mad either way. I think he'd be a great, hand the reins over to him at the point guard, but it's just a lot of wait and see. And I'm I'm optimistic, but I'm not going to be upset. I think we'll still make the playoffs. I think we'll still be a playoff team.
Yeah, I can't see in the East there being too much movement. Obviously, a team will drop out.
If Giannis leaves the Bucks, that team drops.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't know if they drop out.
Yeah, I don't. So assuming Giannis stays,
depends on how they replace him.
Which I believe. Nothing. I don't think in the East changes too much. The
Raptors will not be the 2 seed.
The Raptors won't be the 2 seed. What are you thinking? More 4 or 5?
I think 5-6.
5-6. Okay. So you'll see the Nets in the playoffs, 110%. So that drops out the Magic.
Yeah. The Bulls are going to be more competitive.
Yeah, I think. I know they're still young, which is. I think they'll at least make a push for the 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, the West is going to be wild, especially with the
Warriors.
With the Warriors being fully healthy. So.
And Wiggs being the 3rd option there. That could be.
That's going to be such a weird team to look at. Your team's going to be Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and whoever plays center.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, Willie Cauley-Stein. My bad. Yeah, that's a pretty good 5. I mean, Steve Kerr's still a good coach.
Yeah, once you get the guys back around Draymond, he'll be fine.
Yeah, and I think the East though is probably going to look. If I had to take an early playoff prediction, who? Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be the same minus Magic add Nets. If Oladipo actually leaves the Pacers, though, that changes a lot.
He'd be a guy I love to have in Toronto.
Yeah, Oladipo, I've always liked Oladipo. I love two-way players. That's my thing. Guys who can get done on both ends of the floor. So, yeah, I mean, depending where he goes, because he is a free agent, I'm pretty sure.
What if Kawhi opts out?
I don't think he will, but that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Goes back to Toronto.
That would be the fucking dream. It's not going to happen. But
who do you think? You said you don't think you'll be the 2 seed. Who will be? You know who it's going to be? I'll tell you right now.
The Heat?
The Bucks.
See, I was thinking that too. I was thinking Celtics is the 1 seed. Think the Heat are going to be a 1 seed?
Brooklyn.
Oh, I forgot.
KD, Kyrie?
Yeah.
Because it's not... Okay, I know...
They're definitely going to be a top 3 seed.
It's going to say, it's KD, Kyrie, but it's like, dude, DeAndre Jordan, Chris LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, or however you say his name, who actually played for the Bulls at one point, so this hurts to see. But there's a lot of depth, there's a lot of youth, there's a lot of talent. Kyrie's back being...
You have one of the greatest scorers to ever touch a basketball.
You have the second best player in the NBA still, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
I know he hasn't played since his injury, but I think KD will be all right. I think KD's that guy, let's be honest.
Yes. He was shooting in the fucking Laugh Now Cry Later music video. He's fine, exactly. Dog. He's fine. He was hooping with Drake. He never going to lose. Okay, well, that was a little longer on the NBA than I wanted to go, but hey, here we are. Seahawks 5-0. Bucks playing well. NFL got hit by COVID.
It's playing well as... You see, okay, I talked to my dad about this. I won't go too far. I get real negative real quick when it comes to my sports teams.
Yeah, me too.
I'm used to disappointment.
Except the Seahawks. I have nothing to be disappointed about so far.
The most recent championship that I've seen was 2008. I was 8 years old. I was 7 years old, actually. So that is why I'm the definition of pessimistic. Pessimistic when it comes to sports. Because I haven't seen anybody win anything from... for 8 years, over 8 years.
Luckily, I've seen all of my teams win it.
Yeah.
Well, minus Manchester
Well, actually,
United.
I said over 8 years. Actually, it's 12 years now.
Yeah.
I am confident in a few sports teams that I like. The Bucks, I think, will be all right. I joke around and say we're going to beat the Chiefs twice in Ray J, just because we played them once in the regular season. I still think a Super Bowl is possible. It's like Tom Brady said this week that just happened. This current week of football, it would have been week 4. It would have been
week 5.
It would have been the last preseason game is what I meant to say.
Oh,
so you're going to see a lot of teams struggle a little bit just because it's not fully and not the chemistry's not all there yet.
Especially for a team like the Bucks.
Yeah, and I think they'll be fine. There was some mistakes, obviously. We killed ourselves, especially with the penalties. I think the Bears are actually a better team than most people give them credit for. Allen Robinson's that guy. PSU, so shout out to him. The Flyers, I'm confident will make the playoffs again. I'd like to draft. I'm interested to see. I don't think they'll do too much, but I'm interested to see what moves they make in free agency. The Bulls, just to give me playoffs, please. That's all I ask for. Or at least show improvement. Phillies, sign JT now. Get it done. I know Colin's watching, and he'll love that too. Because if we don't re-sign JT, there's nobody else that can replace him because he's the best catcher in baseball, and I don't even think it's close. Sorry, Grandal.
It's not close.
It's not close.
No.
What am I missing besides soccer? Soccer-wise, I actually think Spurs will finish top 4 this year. Where I'm at right now, I'm confident.
Yeah, you guys smashed us 6-1, so...
Yeah, after that game, everyone's kind of...
I don't have much to be confident.
You see, I came into work that day, and I didn't even want to say anything to you guys.
Dude, I turned it on. I literally turned it on. It was the 35th minute. I saw we were down 4-1. I turned that shit off instantly. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I don't even want to talk about United. I'm not even going to go. I'm not going to go down that road.
Top 4 in a trophy, and I think Spurs fans will be happy. I think top 4 in the FA Cup, maybe the Carabao Cup will be fine.
It's funny because I don't even dislike Spurs.
Oh yeah,
I just clown you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't dislike him. I love Harry Kane.
Yeah. You see, it's funny because I don't hate United either. It's just the same thing. It's just I like to mess with you guys because
we're also a meme.
Well, yeah,
we're a meme club.
Yeah.
It's dark days. Well, I'll just go through my list. Raptors I talk about. Seahawks 5-0. Russell Wilson MVP. All I gotta say.
Easy. Right now, though, I don't think it's close. Besides Josh Allen, maybe.
# let Russ cook. What am I? Penguins I've been out on for a while. I don't. They picked up some guys. They bought out Jack Johnson's contract. That's
a dub.
That's a
and he signed for the Rangers, so we can both laugh at that together.
So it's like you just basically sabotaged another metropolitan team. Sure. What am I missing? Cardinals. Where do I start with the St. Louis Cardinals? Well, first off, I don't know where to start. So the big thing is going to be, what are you going to do with Wainwright?
Oh, it's foul.
No, what are you going to do with Wainwright and Yachty? I think you can get one more year out of Wainwright. I don't know about Yachty. I think he'll still want to play, but it's like at some point you have to move on.
Could you see Yachty possibly coming back as coach?
Oh, yeah. He'll definitely manage.
He'll ever become? You think he'll
definitely manage? You think baseball. He can? I think he's one of the great. He's one of the great catchers of baseball, but like his mind, yeah, I think is going to be great. It'll transition perfectly to a managerial career, and I hope he gets to manage the Cardinals. That'd be really cool.
He speaks English well, probably, doesn't he?
What?
He speaks English well, probably, doesn't he?
Yeah, probably by now. Hell, he probably speaks some Korean at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, with KKK. Love that guy.
Pitching's okay.
Pitching's good. It's not okay. It's good. Your bullpen, you have a solid
bullpen's good. Rotation's good. But God, get me some fucking bats. Anybody. I'll take anybody. Just sign somebody that I'll have fucking Brad Miller as my cleanup hitter. Please. I mean, Carlson's going to be promising, so he'll be in the outfield.
Oh, yeah.
But, God.
Real quick, since we're on the Cardinals talk, guys to look out for coming up through the system.
Well, it is Carlson. That is the guy. I mean, Nolan Gorman.
But he's already up, essentially.
Gorman's going to be a couple years off. Obviously, Liberatore, the kid
what about
they got.
Nolan Jones.
Nolan Gorman.
Oh, Nolan Jones is somebody else, I think. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking Gorman, right?
Yeah, Gorman's a couple years off. Yeah, he's only like 19 or 20, so about 2 or 3 years. So that's probably why it's like, do you want to trade for Arenado because he plays third? But you could probably play him at first.
Yeah.
But Goldschmidt's there, so it's like,
Well, how long
and Goldschmidt had a great year.
Universal DH, you could just move one of those guys.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, you gotta stop playing the Matt Carpenters, the Dexter Fowlers, the Tyler O'Neills of the world. Like, Harrison Bader, I get it. He saves you runs defensively. I understand that. He can't hit for shit. When your whole team can't hit for shit, you gotta do something.
You see, the thing with Bader is he'd probably be better off as you have a lead going into the 6th or 7th. And
defensive replacement. That's what he should be. But we're not good enough to have that.
Or get him a new pair of eyes.
Because who are you going to play in the outfield? Tyler O'Neill?
That's true. Maybe. Yeah. You guys will probably look at outfielders is what you're thinking?
The problem is we have so many outfielders, but all of them suck aside of Dylan Carlson. Dexter Fowler's old. Bader can't hit. O'Neill sucks. You traded like Arozarena. You traded him. It's just like...
Yeah, that's true.
They gotta get a third. They have to get a third baseman. Matt Carpenter cannot play third base anymore.
If there's universal DH, just them DH.
And like I like DeYoung and I like Edman, but like they aren't the bats you need. Like Colton Wong's gonna be fine as long as they re-sign him. I like Colton. He's a decent leadoff hitter. He gets on base. He's got a good speed. He's got a great glove. Goldie's great. He's got to get somebody to protect Goldie. Please.
So is your future 3-4 going to be Gorman and Carlson? Because Gorman's a power hitter.
Future, yes.
Yeah.
But we're talking probably 3 years at the earliest, maybe 2 years when we see Gorman, which could be potentially really good. It's just like...
You got any other good guys coming up hitting wise to the system?
There's a couple guys, but nobody that like is going to be super super big. But they always crank out pitchers, so I'm not too worried about pitching. Although I'd love it like a Trevor Bauer, but I don't think we're gonna. If we buy or trade in the offseason, it's got to be for a bat or two. I want two, because I don't have anybody to be excited about. I mean, Carlson, sure.
It's like at least suck, but at least I get excited when.
Well, exactly. Like, we don't have a Tatis or a Bellinger, or I know these are like once in generation talents, but it's like, God, I want somebody with some flair. Everybody's boring as fuck.
Yeah, I think that's just Cardinals baseball.
The other people that have flair is Yachty, and he's old. He just gets mad. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but we'll see. It's gonna be an interesting offseason. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be traded. I don't know why, but let's get into the music now.
We kind of went on sports longer than I thought.
Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Just because when Jordan's not here, we can talk about all of the sports a little bit more.
Yeah. So do you want to start with what's the album we're gonna have Lisa talk about?
You want to start with 21?
That's what I was thinking.
21?
Yeah.
Okay. So Savage Mode 2 released. Was that last week?
Yes.
Yeah. I listened to it about 1.5 times. There's a few songs on it. Obviously, Metro's one of the best producers of the last 5 years. I think he'll definitely be one of the GOAT producers in the sense of that music he makes is very. I mean, he's the best at it. 21 was fine. I was a little disappointed because I was hoping, and I know it's Savage Mode too, so it's like a different persona, if that makes sense, than what was on I Am Greater Than I Was, or whatever that album was called.
I Was.
That, well, there's a greater than sign, isn't there?
Dude, I haven't done math in a while. I forget.
I don't know.
It's I Am, and then it's the one that goes...
Yeah, it's like I am greater than I was. Yeah,
yeah.
Greater than? I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
math.
Yeah, whatever.
But that album was good. What I'm saying is that album was like surprisingly really good for 21 Savage. And now it just feels like the stuff he's been making for a while, which is fine, I guess. The trap, scary shit. But it's like... and the Morgan Freeman narration was probably the coolest part of the album.
That's legendary.
But other than that, I mean, there's a Drake feature on it, and that Drake feature wasn't even good.
Yeah, okay, because, I mean, I had the same thought. That Drake feature sucked.
I mean, it was
not
just,
good. It was
the
not
whole
the
song
kind
was
of,
just bad.
It wasn't the kind of song I wanted to hear Drake on.
And 21 was like singing, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about
and then
that.
he said he used to fuck SZA. So, I mean, like...
Which apparently they did date, but it was 09.
Yeah,
like, SZA actually said that.
It's
She's
just
like, stop being creepy and shit.
Yeah.
It just rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe in Drake's mind they started dating in like December.
Yeah.
But SZA, but it was really...
Drake seems that type. It was actually December... like,
December 30th.
At 3 o'clock. Like,
right.
Yeah. But that it was a solid project. It's what I expect from 21. It was good. I don't think it was better than I Am. I Was.
It wasn't better than the first Savage Mode either.
Yeah, it wasn't better than the first Savage Mode. Yeah, it was long.
Pause.
Yes. I don't think it was better than the collab he has with Offset.
Oh, Without Warning.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I would have rather do Without Warning, too.
Yeah, honestly. It was decent. It was what I expected, but a little underwhelming. It's not
bad. It's just... it's not my music at this point. Like, I like songs here and there, but I can't do albums like that anymore. When you say, well, Brian, you like Young Thug? Well, Young Thug is a little more imaginative and unique than what 21 Savage is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have anything else to say.
No. Bryson?
Okay. Bryson Tiller, to me now, isn't what Trap Soul was.
Yeah.
The project, was it called? Anniversary?
Yes.
It's fine.
It was cool to see him put music out.
Yeah, and, it's more to his roots. That Drake feature on the other hand,
that song with Drake was really good.
Apparently they had, I don't know if it was that song, but Drake was supposed to be a surprise feature on Trap Soul. Like, he did an interview and said that he was supposed to be there, but Drake
I was going to say, these songs are songs that could have been on Trap Soul.
I think a lot of them are from that
time.
So,
because Bryson also said that there's going to be something else coming this winter.
Yeah, he's releasing an album this winter.
So I think this was just kind of like, here, I haven't released anything in a while. Here's some...
Well, and because it's called Anniversary.
Here's some Trap Soul throwaways on the day that Trap Soul came out. And then we'll get, I think, a serious Bryson Tiller album this winter.
Yeah.
Which, depending on what time of the year it drops, that's just going to be hitting.
Yeah, we're in that weather now.
Yeah.
I felt it the other day. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Party Next Door a lot, too. I didn't say that in what I'm listening to. But,
but
Party Mobile?
Yeah.
Party Mobile is really good.
Is it really?
I thoroughly enjoy that album. I liked it when it first came out. But
no. I wasn't talking. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say, wasn't he might drop like a party tape or whatever it's called?
Yes, a party pack.
Party pack, yeah. Which is so ironic.
It's supposed to be like a care package for Party Next Door. Which people are probably like, oh, but... He doesn't have many deep cuts. He's got deep cuts that are really good.
I haven't heard it, and I like Old Party.
Yeah, like you'll like the
Old Party.
And you're hoping for Party Pack.
Crazy.
I find it hysterical. It's called Party Pack.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
funny. Yeah.
But
it was.
I also didn't mention my listening. Brent, is it Fias? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, it's something like that.
That kid is sick.
He's good.
I like him better than Bryson Tiller. That was the point I was kind of driving at.
Really,
was that I think Brent's sound is more. It was kind of like when Bryson made Trap Soul. Like, it was kind of newer, but then, he kind of went away from that. Whereas this Brent kid is like,
he is really good. I like him.
His shit is fire. He reminds me of The Weeknd so much.
Really,
just in his voice. I love that kid. Sad I forgot to say that. It's been my two bags, right? It's been weird. It's like Griselda, Coke, I'm Gonna Kill You, and just bag music. There's no in between. It's really weird.
It's the two extremes.
But
it was good. It was cool to see music. It was okay. It wasn't anything crazy. I think that we'll get an album in this winter.
It's going to go around the R&B playlist. It's already on there, so it is what it is. Do we want to do Headies now?
Reason.
I think we have more to say about Reason.
You think? Okay, because
I don't listen to Headies album in full once.
Okay.
I'm going to let you lead it.
Oh, okay. So, Headie One dropped Edna. I was really looking forward to this. And I said this album might make my top 5. It's not going to. I'll say that now. I'm a big fan of UK drill. We don't talk about it a lot, so I'm kind of actually happy that we get to talk about this. There were some good songs on there. It was a little long, and I was kind of worried when I saw it was going to be 21 songs or whatever it was. It was like 20-something. I think it was 21, right? Yeah.
Somewhere.
No, it was there. 21 because, or it was 21 or 22 because RV said he was supposed to be 22 or 23, whatever. It was a long album essentially. Disappointed after I heard that to not see him do a song with RV because him and RV have bangers, and RV's really good in his own right. I was disappointed not. There was a Kenny Beats song on there, but it wasn't the one that Kenny previewed. And that sounded fucking wild. Like that song sounded like it was gonna go crazy, and it wasn't on there, which was disappointing. The song with Skepta was really cool. The song with M. Hancho was good. The song with H was good. You can tell that Headie is the direction that Headie is heading is into more mainstream.
So much head.
Yeah, there's a lot of Headies going on. That sounded weird.
It's going to be the name of the episode. Episode 19, we're back. So much head.
That's fucking weird. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Fucking deserts and coral reefs and shit going on over here.
But, no, so you can tell that Headie's going into a mainstream direction. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of expected, and it disappoints me, but I understand it at the same time that he's kind of moving, not away from it completely, but trying different sounds, which is fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, to me, Headie's always going to be a drill artist, and he's the king of drill as far as I'm concerned right now, and that's what I want to hear him on. Like, that's what he does best. Like, the song with H was cool, but I also really like H. So that song didn't bother me too much. There was a lot of songs in here that just weren't drill beats. He's making songs for the girls too, which I get because you also want to touch all of your fan bases. So I understand that. But like the song with Cash Doll, I'm not going to listen to. Like, I don't know. There was just some. Overall, this project actually disappointed me. If you just want me to get out there and say it, it was cool. Obviously, I don't get to tell an artist what he can and can't make. So. It was just it was semi-disappointing. Future killed it too.
That was surprising.
He did his thing.
I want to hear Future on more UK drill beats.
It would be cool.
Do we ever have Pop Smoke and Future song?
Do we have one?
Well, maybe it exists, but we don't. Not that's released.
No.
That would have been sick.
That would have been cool. But yeah, it was cool. It was an okay album. I'll just say that. I was so disappointed at the main point.
So for me, who's not as big into UK drill or Headie One as you are, I liked the album, but I liked the last one better.
Music X Road, and I'll agree with that
sounded
completely.
More
natural to him, didn't it?
Natural and just more unique, I guess. This reminds me a lot of what happened with Stormzy and his kind of mainstream sound that he went to when he started making fucking songs with Ed Sheeran. Stop making fucking songs with Ed Sheeran, please.
Yeah, we don't want to hear Ed Sheeran on a song with Stormzy.
Like you said, I get it. You know, you have to have some sort. You try to do the crossover, but the crossover is so weird. It's not crossover in the UK. I feel for maybe you can agree, but it doesn't feel the same for when like. Let me think of an artist like I guess like a Kendrick when he does like a crossover song like a Humble, for example. I don't love Humble, but it works. Whereas with these UK artists, to me, I feel like it doesn't work. Now it probably does for overseas, yeah. But like,
I don't know. It's just like
it's like some of those songs where it's kind of like an upbeat beat, and there's a hook that sounds like J Hus, but it's not J Hus. It's some other guy that sounds like J Hus. Even there's 17 guys that sound like J Hus. But you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, there's a hook, and the beat's kind of like not tropical or kind of Jamaican. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
It has that.
I still think we talk about. I still think the one with Drake's probably one of the better songs on the album.
Yeah,
that's probably the most
heady song on the album.
Well, you do a drill song on the album, right? I mean,
it's the most drill. Yeah, I would agree with that. It sounds like the most.
When you sway too far, and again, I'm just saying this in general, not about Headie, but when you sway too much away from what you're good at, that's why Drake's been on this run for so long. You know, he knows what he's good at. He branches out, and he usually does it pretty well, but not everybody's Drake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and it's like I said, it's like I get he's an artist,
it sounds
so
like dick riding and ha ha ha, but like you get the point. Like,
and it's like I get he wants to try out different areas of music, and he has that right because he's already shown what he can do. It's just you just I don't know. It's not what I want to hear from him. So, but I mean, other people from what I saw on Twitter, people really liked it. KD was listening to it, which was crazy to think about. Yeah, that one of the biggest.
KD's got a good ear.
Yeah,
he's big on them Griselda boys too.
Yeah, so I mean that was really cool, and I'm sure like what is it? They also had Headie One's album
in Times Square
at Times Square, which was crazy to see.
Yep.
So that was also cool to see that. I mean, like, for me, that's just so wild to think a UK drill artist.
And, you know, a lot of that might have to do with kind of what Pop Smoke was doing. I mean, I don't know necessarily.
I get what you're saying. It's just like Pop Smoke really took that UK sound and
he opened ears to Americans to that sound, to that drill beat
And I
sound.
Still think a lot of Americans are super ignorant.
Of course we are. We're ignorant to everything.
To the UK drill scene because
we're ignorant to anything outside of America, Bailey. You can just keep it at that. Especially music. I mean,
yeah, because it's like, for me, it's undisputed that UK does drill best. But I'll still see American people like argue with like American reactors argue with like UK reactors.
No, see the UK the accent, everything fits those beats better than even a Pop Smoke. May he rest.
Yeah.
It's not a shot at Pop Smoke. It's just
yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't go back to it that much. I like the song with Skepta. The song Therapy I really liked. That was a pretty cool one. But other than that, I mean, you know.
It was alright.
It was fine. I don't feel one way or the other too much about it. But I knew you were a big fan of him, and I knew you were looking forward to that, so that's why I let you have the floor. Do you want to move on to Reason or Westside?
You decide. I don't care.
Let's do Westside. Westside Gunn dropped. Is it Who Made the Sunshine?
Something like that. Here, I'll tell you.
It's his Shady Records debut. It's his first album on Shady Records, and
Who Made the Sunshine?
It's probably, as one who's becoming a big fan of Griselda and everything they do. It's probably my second favorite Westside project this year, behind Pray for Paris. Yeah, because Pray for Paris is going to be hard to beat. I think
that album is so
Conway's album's close for me personally, and we'll see what Benny's album is going to be because I cannot wait.
Super excited for that.
He got Ross on there. He got Freddie Gibbs, obviously Conway and Westside.
Oh, you forgot to say that. You can listen to Fetty with Currency.
Oh yeah, and Currency and Freddie and Alchemist. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I told Ben it's like
Freddie's
what
so
did I say
good.
it was. It was like Coke something or other. What was the text I sent you?
Oh. Hold on.
I said it was like Crack Disney World. I think that's what I said. I think it was like Crack Disney World. Oh shit, I almost knocked over everything.
I love Currency too. This is magical. It's like Crack Disney World.
Yeah. So I discovered that. But Who Made the Sunshine? I'm trying to think. This is more what you expect from Westside. The normal suspects are here. You got
Boldy James, Jadakiss.
Yes. Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Well, Slick Rick's
Busta
verses
Rhymes was
are
cool
sick.
to see on
Busta
here.
Rhymes was great. Black Thought's on there. Obviously, Benny and
I think isn't Black Thought dropping an album?
Conway. I think so. Yeah, or a single or something. Armani Caesar, which I don't know if you listened to her album yet.
No, I didn't. Actually.
Very solid.
But she did.
She's on there too. She's not as good as the dudes in Griselda to me, but she's still really good. She's better than all the other female rappers. Well, most of them, not like Rhapsody and them, because they're like no name, they're good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say talking about like Cardi and them.
So I guess I don't know if Keisha Plum.
Yeah, she's on all of them too. She does that spoken word shit.
That's what I was gonna say. Her
that
flow,
shit's spooky, bro.
It's so weird for me to get into songs with her on it.
I know
because it's so different. Because she's like talking.
You know what?
And she'll stop. It'll start going again.
Made me geek about this album.
What
is when she is on this album? It's whatever song she's on. She goes, "I am the Diana Ross or the Hood Diana Ross." And I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
this is how she says it.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
it's Lessie.
Yeah. Oh, that's a song. It's a song. Yeah. Some of my favorite songs are that All Praises with Boldy James.
That song was good.
Liz Loves Luger. That shit's hilarious. And Westside's verse is hilarious because it's super sexual.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's sick. The one.
The cut with
The Butcher and the Blade.
No, it's the second to last
song.
With Stove God Cooks.
Oh, Good Night.
Yeah. I think that's
you said with Stove God Cooks, that's Frank Murphy.
Yeah,
that's the third to last track.
That beat is insane. And I don't know who Stove God Cooks is, but he was on the last two projects. Dog, that guy is crazy. Because I guess there's like a posse cut. Because I guess Stove God Cooks has a collab album with... Shit. I want to say it's Rock Marciano. Rock
Marciano is fire.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, go look up Stove God Cooks. But he's actually sick. I don't really listen to him, but like he brings a lot of energy to the verses.
Oh yeah, Reasonable Doubt. Yeah. Drought. My bad.
Yeah, you might
Rock
like
Marciano is really good.
I can't get into him as much, but
his flow is a little. He sounds a little weird, but
his flow on that Pray for Paris album, 500 Ounces with Gibbs.
Yeah. Rock Marciano watches that shit.
Dog, Pray for Paris is so good.
It really is.
That's why it's like, I wish people would stop being ignorant and just listen to people outside your comfort zone, because you never know what's going to click. You witnessed it with me. Like, dog, Freddie Gibbs, Boldy James, Conway, Benny, fucking Westside. Like, I love these guys. Like, they're really good. And it really wouldn't have listened to that music last year, or much of it.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of my preferred. It's just different. Alchemist beats are like insane.
It's like the Alchemist.
This is the first time I heard Alchemist producer tag.
Really?
So I don't know if that's like a thing. Because I think he never used to do it, because it was like Alchemist is legendary.
Yeah, you know Alchemist.
But
who was the other one that's really good too? Who's the one that did Pray for Paris? It wasn't Alchemist, was it?
Madlib?
Madlib. Well, Madlib.
He didn't do.
No, it wasn't Madlib, but Madlib's really good too.
Yeah.
Like those, I don't know what it is, man. Those guys who make those kind of beats for those kind of artists are just insane.
Well, there's a producer named Derringer, and he's like their in-house producer. So he's like obviously makes a lot of their shit. What else was I talking? What were we talking about? Westside's album. Yeah. It's the more I listen to it, it's definitely gonna be. Dude, I'm gonna have like 4 projects from Griselda.
Yeah, we were joking about this, but it's like they're running this
seriously,
year.
It's not even close.
It may have been a shitty year for everyone, but it was a great year for
Griselda.
Griselda.
It's a spectacular year for music. Like,
oh well, yeah.
And I'm glad these guys are still like. I'm glad these guys are getting the recognition, and I think Benny's album's going to take him to the next level, only because Hit Boy's producing that. Hit Boy's been on fire, and Hit Boy's more mainstream, and I think Benny has the most mainstream appeal.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't like Conway sounds a little bit different. Westside's definitely much different. Yeah. He's very different, but I mean, he always has like great vision.
This is going to sound weird. Okay, do you know what they kind of remind me of voice wise? Flatbush Zombies. Now hear me out.
A little bit.
Westside Gunn's kind of real high pitched,
like Zombie Juice,
and a little more extravagant, like Zombie Juice. Michi Darko is kind of dark and raw, and that's kind of what Conway is.
I don't think Conway is as much to that extent, but I get that.
Yes,
it's a good analogy.
Because the thing with their persona also, because Michi Darko he does all kinds of inflections and really kind of like gets his voice super raspy when he does like that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna like do it myself right now, but like where he kind of gets in that mumbling kind of growling talk, and then but Conway
just sounds
super
like
dark.
That.
Conway just sounds like he may have just
he does that laugh
ad-lib,
which is amazing.
So like Conway, you look at Conway, you could tell this guy sold a kilo and then killed somebody and then sold another kilo
and got shot and survived and still is making millions off of rap.
And then Eric the Architect is kind of like the one that's in the middle. And I feel like that's what Benny is to these two.
Benny's scary, though, too.
Benny is scary.
I mean, all of them are scary.
I don't want to catch any of these guys on the alley alone at night.
Fuck no.
Fuck that.
I'll just be like, I like your music.
Yeah, I'll just be like, you make really cool songs.
Pray for Paris is my favorite. No, but no shit. Like, there's could be 4 to 5 Griselda albums on my.
It's plausible.
It's insane, and it's just so good. It's quality music. It's like this is Westside's 3rd project. I'm like, I want more. Give me more. Like,
the thing is with these guys too is it took them so long to get this recognition that they're just not going to stop now. Like they want this shit.
No, and you can hear things are getting a little more polished too, which is better. But they're still, like, they're not putting like mainstream artists on their projects. Like the guys on these projects
are people they fuck with.
Right.
The only one that you can say that was like that was out there, because Joey Badass is like a reasonable person to be on a Westside Gunn album, and I say that because they're from New York. Tyler is the only weird one.
I don't even think that's weird.
No.
I think Tyler and Westside, like, creative wise, are like perfect together.
No, yeah. More so what I'm saying is just like, it's still, you don't like, okay, before Pray for Paris, you're not going to say, yo, I think the Tyler Creator would go really well on like some old school street rap.
Well, and what's interesting too is I said that, and then we can go into the Benny song, the single that he released. But Benny's got Wayne and Big Sean on the song. So, again, that's where a little more mainstream. But, I mean, Big Sean gets a bad rap. When he wants to rap, he can rap.
He can. And Wayne doesn't surprise me. Wayne has a street background.
And Wayne killed that shit.
Wayne did kill
that song was good. That song sounds kind of scary,
You know who I really want to see on a song with all of the Griselda guys?
Who?
Hove. Like,
I want to see him with Conway.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be a really good one.
Could you imagine, like, those guys going bar for bar with Hove?
They could.
That shit would be wild.
You know, we always say on this podcast that, like, nobody's out rapping Jid. Not a lot of people are out rapping them either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, these guys are serious. It's like, I remember the first time I ever listened to one of these guys was Benny. And we were talking about this earlier when we were eating, but the first song I ever heard by Benny was 97 Hove. And I was hooked as soon as I heard the Sig bar, which was the laser on the Sig blinking, like, what was it? It's like blinking or waving. Or,
I don't remember.
It's like the Sig on the beam, blink, for lack of a better word, because it's not blinking, but blinking like it got an unread email in it, which is, or flashing like it got an unread email in it, which is just so fucking, like, it's like, if you, I don't know how to say it, but it's just something when you hear it, it's like, you appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, if you really like bars, like that.
Well, if you like bars, I mean,
wordplay.
Even Westside's got.
Oh yeah.
You know,
these guys, like we were saying earlier, these guys paint like such a vivid picture, and their wordplay and their schemes, it's top notch. Like, the only thing I can say that I mean, maybe this without me thinking of it, the only thing that I can't say that like I've heard them do is like, and Rock Marciano does this a lot. It's where they'll say words that are really hard to say together. You know what I'm talking about? Like rapping it. Like, I'm trying to think, like, so I'm probably wrong because they probably have done it, but there's certain things in a rap song that are just hard to say in quick succession because for the dialect or whatever, like the word and how it fits the scheme together. But it's like, there's like, and that's another thing that people I feel like don't really think about when they're listening to songs. It's like, the way you say something and like tie it all together is so important. Or like, there's some things that are just like so impressive to hear like all together. It's like there's so many layers to lyricism that I feel like
small things too, like delivery. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. That's that's about any way you talk. But like in rap, especially, like that's what makes Schoolboy Q so unique. It's how he raps. It's not necessarily what he's rapping. Same with these guys. Coke rap isn't anything new. But it's how they do it. It's the ad libs. It's like all. Well, in Westside's case, the artistry. He believes in art, and like he always has. They always have. I wasn't a wrestling fan, a professional wrestling fan, but like they grew up on that. They appreciated that. That's in all of their albums. You know what I mean? Like it's they haven't changed a single thing. And I was listening to Dead End Hip Hop's review of Conway's album, and they were talking about how like artists that signed to Shady Records that Eminem was trying to put on just haven't worked. Look at Yellow Wolf. Look at Slaughterhouse. And it seems like Shady Records learned too, like with these guys, let them do their thing.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what he did with Boogie too, and Boogie's really good.
Yeah, just hands off, let them do their thing, because obviously it works.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because Eminem has an ear for talent. Like, the Slaughterhouse guys are really good.
Well, and notice, again, I love it. Notice there's not a single Eminem feature on many of these projects.
The only one was there was Griselda WW.
Yeah, Bang. What would Machine Gun do?
Yeah.
But I just love it. It's just that letting the guys they work with and the producers and everything, they just hands off and letting them run. And
I actually think Eminem probably has some. I'm sure he's in the studios or around the studios and whatnot.
I'm sure, but I think he's a lot more hands off.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say for production because Eminem actually does a decent job at production wise.
Well, I mean, but it's like Eminem doesn't have to do much if you have Alchemist producing an album.
What
I mean? Like,
well, no, yeah, even like with Boogie, like I was saying, like I feel like you said, Eminem has kind of realized he probably needs to be a little more hands off. But I've always thought that Eminem's had a good ear for talent. I mean, like these are the guys that
for sure.
These guys signed 50, like
for sure. Well, I guess 50 is the one guy that like obviously blew up. I mean,
yeah,
but like I think this is what they wanted Slaughterhouse to be, to an extent. Like Slaughterhouse is good. Like obviously, very talented lyricist.
Yes.
I mean, you got Roysta, you got M. Obviously,
Roysta does his thing himself. Like
I know Joe Budden's.
Him and Eminem are real close.
I know Joe Budden's kind of a meme, but he got bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can never deny that.
Yeah,
and who else was on there?
Joel Ortiz.
Yeah. There's another one too.
There's one more. I think it's 4 in Slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect, but I forget.
I'll Google it.
Here, because you're going to hear the typing. Let me just look it up real quick.
Okay. But yeah, that's all I got to say about West's album.
Do you want to talk about that single real quick since we're on the topic of those guys?
I said what I needed to say. I mean,
it was really good.
It's good, and I'm just ready to talk about the album when it comes out.
Oh, it's Crooked Eye.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, Joel Ortiz, Crooked Eye, Joe Budden, and Royce the 5'9", and they're all good in their own right. Mm-hmm. But man, yeah, Royce kills it too. I would love to hear Royce on a song with these guys because he, he fits that.
I'm sure at some point we'll see it.
Maybe Benny's album.
Well, no, because Benny already showed the
track
feature.
list.
Well, not track list, but just features and producers. So that leaves us with Reason's album. Now, if you listened to us 2 weeks ago, I think we talked about the thing with Logic. Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And that didn't clear up at all. We still have no idea what the fuck that's about, which is fine. I think I texted you or the group chat.
It was a group chat.
That I started listening to it when it came out that night. It was the first album I think I listened to, and I was like, about 4 or 5 songs into it, I'm like, this isn't hitting. Like, I was like, this doesn't feel like a TDE level
album.
Well, artist
in
general. It picked up the second half. I still haven't gone back to it.
Neither have I.
I'm gonna start with. We'll save the Mac thing then, but I want to start with the Zay Rashad and Jid feature. That song is amazing.
Yes.
Obviously the best song on the album.
Yeah. There was no way that song wasn't gonna work.
I don't know if I have much else to say about this album.
The thing is, like, there was a lot of singles already put out, and I like all the singles. Like, I like Pop Shit, I like Showstop.
I love...
I like Flick It Up.
That song is so good. Like, I love Flick It Up.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I would agree, too. It's like the first half is we heard a lot of it already.
Right.
We heard 2 songs in the first half.
Dude, that second song... What's the second song on the album?
Stories I Forgot.
What's the first song on the album?
Something More.
What's the third song on the album?
Pop Shit.
Let me see the track list real quick. There's a song on here that sucks. I don't want to get, like, copyrighted to all hell, but I gotta hear. It might be this song. It might be Stories I Forgot. Because we had that weird-ass voice.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I think it's this song. Okay, this song sucks. That song sucks. It's a terrible song. And it's the same song on the album. No, thank you. The Reason's inherently a good artist. I think
because I was gonna say like this album. Okay, like if we're just
it's his honest, TDE debut.
This album isn't that good. It's okay. This isn't better than There You Have It.
No,
like There You Have It was actually really fucking good.
It was more soulful. It was.
You had Corrupt, Fuck With Me, Drive Slow, So Tastes Like Heaven, Thirst, Colored Dreams.
It felt It felt a little more unique, and this doesn't. It just feels like kind of watered down. Like I don't know.
Oh, what is it? The song with Vince Staples is really good too.
Even that one was like...
Vince killed that shit.
Yeah, but
I need a Vince solo project.
Yeah, we need
And the thing is, okay, and I'm not even trying to be a... Okay. This thing with Reason is he's good, right? But the features he has on here, he's outshined every time.
Yeah.
Like, Schoolboy Q does better on Pop Shit.
Everybody's listening to that one song with Zay and Jid because Zay and Jid are on it.
Exactly.
Well, mostly as Zay
Vince Staples did better.
But
Rhapsody probably did better than Reason.
I even love her when that's
I mean, Absol did better on Flick It Up probably. Like
Reason 8 Flick It Up.
I'll give him Flick It Up. And then Slow Down, I wasn't a big fan of that either. I don't know. It's just...
What was the song where he was rapping from the perspective... Was that the song that he does the Mac thing? Where he's rapping from the perspective of the female rapper and how it's different because she has a vagina.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the line. He said some shit about I'm walking like, but I have a vagina. I'm like, oh, this is weird. I don't know about this one, Chief. Let's get into the Mac thing. You and I had kind of stand on the same...
Yeah, do you want me to read it? What song was that on?
Fuck if I know. I'm sure if you just go to...
Reason Mac Miller.
Yeah. I'm sure it won't be hard to find. And also, everybody hates Reason for no apparent reason, which I think is kind of weird, but the Shrek one.
Oh yeah. He said, "Look, you said you want to be an artist, but we gonna turn you into an addict. Get rid of them word I can't say that you got on oh my fucking god, that you got on you with, then give you the tools to dig your own shit, surround you with some whack words I can't say, some yes men that's going to tell you that your rap's iller, a couple cars, some jewelry, and make your stacks bigger. Then one day you could become the next Mac Miller. Here's your chance. Word I can't say. Sign here."
So inherently, first off, it's not a diss at Mac Miller.
No.
You're stupid if you think that, because obviously, I would say Mac was an honorary member of TDE to an extent. Soul and Q were super close with him. He's done a song with Kendrick already. So obviously, Soundwave and them, they wouldn't let a Mac Miller diss fly.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's not a diss. What Reason's trying to say is, in the industry, it's like industry shit. It's you surround yourself with yes men in this industry, and nobody actually cares about you.
Yeah.
Is inherently what he's saying. Now, did he have to say Mac Miller? Did he have to say his name?
No.
Not necessarily. Not. Does it make the bar sit a little harder and what he's saying a little harder? Absolutely. I don't know if that's necessarily right or wrong.
And we're both big Mac fans in our own right? This is what I'll say, right, about the whole thing, about him bringing up Mac. It's the perfect example of what to bring up. Mac was a kid when he came into this. Mm-hmm. And he was a kid when he got into hard drugs, and he was a kid when he fell into depression. And why does that happen to people? Because, and this is after all he moved away from home from Pittsburgh, right?
Right.
Because if you listen to Kids and all those early projects that he had when he was at home, it's fine because he has the right group of people about him.
His homies, his actual legit friends.
His friends. So then you put him in LA, and you put him in a place where he's still a young kid.
And a lot of the shit
he got into very impressionable,
was easily accessible.
You look at the clip of him mixing lean with French Montana.
Right.
I mean, French, credit the French. He did say, that's going to kill you. Mm-hmm. And he was like, nah, this is perfect. Mm-hmm. No, that's going to kill you. And in the long run, French was right.
But again, you look at, and this has been forever, this has been an argument within hip-hop. It's like glorifying the wrong shit.
Yeah.
And Mac, I think
I wouldn't say he glorified it.
No, he didn't. He more so talked about A, its effect on him. Yeah. And B, why he relied so much on it. Mm-hmm. His headspace. He was very open about that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because he's a very impressionable kid. So when you're put with the wrong group of people, and nobody's going to tell you no because they want to piss you off because they want to be around you for your money and your fame.
Exactly.
And the girls and the drugs and the drinks.
And what's sad with Mac was he was coming out of that.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't escape it.
And that's the thing. It's hard to get out of that stuff once you're all the way in it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he was just smoking. Like, obviously, he smoked weed. Like, that's one thing, right? But when you're drinking lean, when you're doing pills,
whatever
and
else,
snorting whatever, it's like it's hard to get out of that kind of stuff. So, Reason didn't mean it as a disrespect. Like you said, they would not let it fly.
It's not. This is what I wanted to say. It's not disrespectful.
Fuck you, Carlos Correa.
You're good, dude.
Yeah.
Dude's good at baseball. It's not disrespectful, but it's. I guess it is. Well, the thing it's not because that's what happened, but it's distasteful. That's more so my thing with it.
Here's my thing. Well, I mean, I don't. Okay, here's what I want to say about it. It's not disrespectful. I don't even know if it's distasteful. If you want to prevent other people from if you want to prevent from what happened to Mac, to happen to other artists, A, it needs to be known, and B, I mean, it needs to be clear, right? Like, if you, and this is like no offense to Mac because he was a kid, right? But it's like, he was very impressionable, got put around the wrong group of people, right? You need to make it explicably, I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying.
Crystal clear.
You need to make it crystal clear as an artist coming up in this game. And this is a warning to new artists. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is. This isn't meant for me and you. This is meant for upcoming artists, like the people that Shrek shouts out.
And the thing is, it's not for Reason has a good camp around him.
Yes.
TDE is a cemented camp. They seem to have their shit straight,
Seem to, yeah.
So he's surrounded by a team that it's going to be like Dreamville, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't worry about that. Now, it could happen to anybody, but I don't worry about this because Cole is a mentor figure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even Drake to an extent, a lot of the guys he fucks with, he's likes to have conversations and he likes to be kind of a mentor. But if you, for me, it's more so the these guys who are making that kind of trap shit, that new melodic shit, kind of like the Juice WRLDs of the world, R.I.P. But same shit. You have yes men around you who are just like, oh, there's this new life. I feel invincible. Mm-hmm. I can do whatever. You can't.
Yeah,
and it's not like with Griselda, right? Those dudes are adults. They're family.
Like grown ass men.
The drama and shit don't affect them because they're grown. They are popping now when they're legitimately in their 30s.
Yes.
It's not like with Mac who blew up real young. Now, here's my question. I want to pose this question to you. What if instead of him saying Mac Miller, what if he said like that kid from Pittsburgh? If you want to make this point,
that doesn't change anything.
Exactly. It's like, what we're talking. Now, I think a lot of people's other problem too is it stems from the Logic thing. Is that Reason name drops?
He's known for name dropping to
get the conversation going. Now, I don't think that's his intentions here.
No,
but I can see where if you don't like Reason, which a lot of people don't because of the Logic thing, which I didn't know a lot of people love Logic like that.
Everybody's on the Love Logic train.
Well, because a year ago you wouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly. People have been like, "LOL."
And really, that bar is just because it's Reason and Logic. And they're similarly related. That's all it is. But y'all just want to get butthurt over anything. Mm-hmm. I don't think I necessarily have a problem with it, but I can see if the name dropping thing could potentially. I don't know the relationship between Mac and Reason before he passed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's anything there, but just being TDE, I would think.
I think the thing is though, for like I said, I think this is more so this is for up and coming artists or people that want to become an artist. Like Mac Miller is the perfect example of what not to do, essentially. And like
it's essentially it's not his fault.
It's
he
not
didn't
his
know
fault.
any better.
No.
When you have yes men who aren't there to check you.
Exactly. It's just a warning. It's just to be careful.
Yeah. A simple person just saying, I don't know if you should do that.
Yeah.
He didn't have that because he was away from it all. And
that's the thing, man. I mean, the industry is nothing to joke about. Industry.
Thank God for the homies.
Yeah.
No matter what, it doesn't matter what it is. You have the homies to go to, and if you have a good group around you, they're going to keep you on the ground.
That's what my thought on it, at least. I don't really much else I want to say.
Aside from that, the album's just it's just okay.
Yeah.
I guess I expect more from a TDE artist.
I think especially off of his last project.
Yeah, and that's not even just the TDE thing. Like you said, his last project was very good. It's just
it was in your top 10 of that year it came out.
Yes, it was. I think it was close to the bottom, but that was when nobody really knew Reason. Like he first got signed. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it, but who knows? It might grow on me, but like you said, you already hear half the album. Mm-hmm. It's like the song's been out for a while.
And 3 of the well, actually, Sauce It Up was also a single. I mean, Sauce Up. So that's 4 of the 12.
Yeah, Flick It Up.
Third of the album
is Trapped In, Pop Shit, Showstop. So 6 songs are singles.
Yeah, so now you have half the album already singles.
Yeah. And that's tough. That's really tough when half your album is singles. But, yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's weird because, right, we had so many albums to talk about, but only, like, one.
Was
One to two. I'll throw Headie's album in there too.
Yeah,
I know it was. You were a little disappointed, but it was still a quality project.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it.
Not that like Bryson's wasn't quality, but like nothing really blew us away. I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting hit after hit. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this.
Imagine that Griselda's still on top.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is Griselda's year, and it's not close.
And I thought it was last year, because they had that joint tape, but.
So
Conway got 3 projects. West got 3 projects. We getting the fucking Bowling James got 2. Armani Caesar got 1. Oh, let's go.
Betty's about to drop. So, quick question for you: after all these albums, does your top 5 from our first episode has it changed at all?
What were the 5 I said? I said Circles. I said After Hours. I said
Pray
Dark Lane Demos. Pray for Paris. And what was the 5th one? Did I have? It had to be the one of Alfredo, Run the Jewels.
No, because I wasn't out at the time.
No, you're right. Wasn't Coda's, was it? No, because that was on my honorable mentions, I think. Because that had just come out. That
God, you want me to pull up the first episode? I forget what
it's too far in. Well, okay, I can tell you for a fact. Pray for Paris will remain in the top 5. After Hours will remain in the top 5. I don't know if Circle stays there.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Dark
Lane, it all depends on Certified Lover Boy. You know what I mean? Like, I still think we're going to get that this month. I've been saying that for the last 3 months, but it's got to be soon. I mean, I think...
You'd think so.
Yeah, I don't... No, it's definitely not going to look the same. Was Don's album up there? Or was that an honorable mention?
That was on Jordan's.
Did I have Thugs? Was that last year?
Last year.
Oh, it was
the Kenny Beats project.
Denzel.
Yeah, okay. I just heard because they were just talking. We were just talking about it. So.
I said they. Like it's not us.
Well, yeah.
That will probably won't even be in my top 10.
Yeah.
Denzel released a song, but I didn't listen to it yet.
Oh yeah, it was okay. I liked it.
Okay, I'll check it out then. Yeah, how about you? What's your state of your top 10? Will Headie's be in the top 10?
No. Oh, if we're doing top 10, I mean, if we were doing just top 5.
Yeah, no, we'll do top 10.
What's the state of my top? Okay, so...
I have a list on my phone. I wish I could pull it up, but I can't.
My state of my top 5? Oh, shit.
Or top 10.
No, I can't do my top 10 yet. Just because I already have my top 5 out there, I will say that list has changed.
I'll give you a peek into my brain. So, I'll tell you albums that will for sure right now be on my top 10. After Hours will be there. I can't tell you where they're going to be right now, but After Hours will be there.
Yes.
Amine's project will be there. Conway's will be there.
Probably.
Pray for Paris will be there.
Same. Circles, I think, will be there in my top 10. My top 10? Yeah.
I'm going to say Dark Lane demo tapes, but I'm going to use, I'm going to put an asterisk and say if Certified Lover Boy drops, it might get moved, depending on which Drake project's better. Essentially, I'm not gonna put them both in my top 10. I don't like to do that because that makes me look like a dick rider even more.
If we get Donda, though, that's not gonna happen. I wish we would.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Kanye this year. Spillage Village will be up there.
Oh yeah.
So what did I say? I said After Hours, Circles, Spillage Village, Pray for Paris, Conway. And then I threw the asterisk on Dark Lane demos. There's 6.
I will say...
I'm going to have to look at my list.
Run the Jewels 4 will be in my top 10.
Top 10? I don't know if it's going to be there for me.
Top 10.
I haven't gone back to it. Because Griselda kind of filled that void for me. You know what I mean? Alfredo's going to be on there.
Yeah.
That project's really fucking good. So there's 7. There's 7. And we could have a Jid solo project. We could have... Certified Lover Boy.
J. Cole.
Who the fuck knows what's going on with Kendrick?
Baby Kanye.
Maybe. Joey. I mean, he could really surprise us.
Shit.
I mean, we only got like 3 months left in 2020. Thank fuck. But it's going to get interesting because I got...
Less than 3.
Yeah, I know. I guarantee if I look at my list, I'll be texting you after this and be like, shit, I forgot that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You good?
Yeah.
I think it was a good episode. A lot of music.
Yes.
Please, if you take anything from this, go listen to music. Open up your horizons a little bit. Get out there and go listen to all of Griselda.
Yeah, listen to all of Griselda. Don't just stick to one genre, like he said, like he was saying. Like, I feel.
You just stumble upon artists that you just love.
Yeah. Well, am I the most diverse in our music taste?
You're more diverse within rap. I feel like within hip hop, you like you know a lot of the older school. You know a lot about UK rap. Even like some of the trap guys you listen to more, or you used to listen to more than like me, for example. I feel like my R&B taste is a little more diverse, but you also like rock and shit too.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was saying.
So I guess like how I am with R&B, you are with rock, kind of. But R&B is a little more entwined with hip hop. I feel like they're more similar.
Because when I say hip hop and R&B, it's more of together. Well, no, because like my music is so everywhere. Like my main shit is hip hop and then but like I also like R&B, and I also like old school rock mainly, and I also like old country, which is so weird. I would and then I also say, like big band and kind of oldies and doo-wop and stuff like that.
See, I listen to smooth jazz when I'm writing sometimes.
Throw on some Frank Sinatra
with a cup of coffee. Oh my god!
Open up your window, play some New York,
or
sipping on Tears. Yeah,
you open up past my house. You're like, what's going on up there?
You just hear Conway's little laugh.
Hey yo!
Yeah.
But yeah, get out there. Listen to different
shit. With the beam.
Like Brent Fires, right? This kid came out of nowhere for me. I just listened to one song. And I'm like,
I was so proud.
I'm like, where have I been?
It was so funny because I remember when you
that upsets me because that's my shit. That's like my bag. Like,
it was so funny because I remember you texted our group chat about that. I was like, I already know who he is.
Bailey was on that before, which is funny because like I did say, I don't know if I'd say Jordan and I are more the R&B guy. I think it would probably be me.
Yeah, you and Jordan definitely are more the R&B guys.
That's
I remember when you texted that. You were like, Jordan, you might like him. And I was like, I already know who he is. And you didn't even bring me into this.
And Matt's like, I don't know who this is. But, 2020 should end strong, and I cannot wait for our ranking
music-wise
episode. Our ranking episode is going to be...
insane.
Now, do we want to do this? We can talk about this off air, but we're here, so we might as well. Do we want to try to build the Night Shift's top 10 songs?
Together?
Or
top 10 songs?
Sorry,
albums?
Of the
I
year.
feel like that would actually probably be easier if we did. You know what we can do?
We did like a point system.
That's what I was gonna say.
So your number one album gets like, so everybody's number one album would get 10 points. So let's say my number one album is Pray for Paris. Your number 4 album is Pray for Paris, right?
Which won't be, but yeah.
Right. So it would be like 10 points and then 9, 8, and then 7 points. So we get like 17 points total. And then whichever... that sounds stupid. Never mind.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, though. It's like, because... What is it? You take... Because there's this one, like, football, and by football, I mean soccer, podcast I listen to. It's called Filthy Fellas.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of different guys that are fans of all kinds of different teams, right? And they did, like... They went by position before the season started, besides goalkeepers. I don't know why they didn't do goalkeepers. But they did, like, defenders... They did center backs, fullbacks... wingers, strikers, and midfielders. And there was a bunch of them that are on that podcast. So they just took the percentage of who got the most votes, like 1 through 10, to be in there. And then that was the 1 through 10. Okay. It was just like a kind of
something like
percentage.
That. But I don't know, it might take too long. I could just be more fun to just do our personals.
Maybe. We'll figure it out. It's figure something out.
I feel like it's going to be very different.
Maybe.
Because I feel like, especially Jordan's
are we going to do a top 10 over a top 5?
Yes, we're going to do a top 10.
Okay.
We're going to have to, because I can't do a top 5. If I do a top 5, I'm going to have 10 honorable mentions. Whereas if we do a top 5, I'll have 5 honorable mentions. I always do top 10. I used to do top 10 lists on my blog.
Yeah.
So, like, that's just how I operate, so... but yeah, it's episode, 19?
Yes.
I'm still confused on what that... Okay.
It's because it should be 20, but it's 19.
Yeah, episode 19 of the Night Shift Podcast. We missed our first week, which it is what it is. Jordan missed his second week. Well, third week now. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. He had shit to do. It's all good. We are the Night Shift Podcast at _TNSP_ on Twitter. I don't think I said that at the top, but it'll be on the screen.
Yeah.
My man Bailey got the editing down to a T now, so it's all good. I am your host, Brian Markley, at Bright_, on Twitter. Bailey Gary, at BGary24, capital B, capital G on Twitter. I like how I say it the same way you say it. Like, it's how I remember it. And as always, like, share, subscribe, send us questions.
Share your thoughts.
Just anything. We always like to hear things from other people and get some different viewpoints. And yeah, it's a Night Shift Podcast. Peace.